Hi guys. If I smile, it's just a coping mechanism. None of this shit is funny to me. I'm very, very pissed off right now. Yeah. So, I came to Jamaica on January 28th. I arrived here with my two friends, Amanda and Kalina. We were staying, and I'm still staying at Ocean Coral Spring Resort in TRELAWNY, Jamaica, West Indies. My mother is here with me. They are not allowing my mother to see me. Okay? So, basically, we got to the resort on the 28th, and we were going to leave Monday, February 1st. So, in order to come back into the United States, you need a COVID test to return to the States. No matter if you're a citizen, no matter what, like, you need a test to come back, right? So, fine. We just tested negative to come to Jamaica because you need a COVID test to come into the island. So, we all tested negative. No problem. Nobody has any symptoms. Nobody has anything. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's ready to get drunk and have a good time, right? So, we do the COVID test on Saturday because you need it 3 days before your departure. No more than 3 days. And Amanda's on the live, and she will tell her story as well. But anyway, so we all did our COVID test. The COVID tests that they gave us were super janky, and they even said that they don't always come out with the right results or whatever. So we take a COVID test Saturday. Amanda and Kalina's tests come back negative. Mine comes back positive, right? So immediately I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, me and Kalina were sharing the bed. We had a room with two beds. Amanda was in her own bed. Kalina was in my bed. There's no way even Kalina did not test positive. There's no way. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was, there are false positives. I'm not going crazy over it. My boyfriend, I told him to go get tested to make sure that it wasn't something that I had before coming here. He's negative. Everybody else I was in contact before coming here was negative. There's no way my shit is positive. No way. Mind you, they said that the test was positive, but I never saw a result, right? So we were ready to go to Dunn's River Falls. We were waiting for our driver. We're sitting in the lobby. They come over to me and they're like, "Are you Kalina?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Kalina." So they're like, "Come with me." This tall Jamaican man named Earl, okay? I'm giving out all the details. God forbid that I'm unable to speak anymore. You guys have this live and you guys can speak for me because I don't know what the fuck is going on in here. So anyway, they take me into this room, this back room. My friends did not know where the room was. I sat there and I spoke with this other lady named Rachel, and she is Dominican. Okay, so Rachel and Earl spoke with me and they said, your test came back positive, so we cannot allow you to leave the facility and you have to go back to your room. So I said, okay, but wouldn't you quarantine my friends too because they were in contact with me? So he's like, no, they're going to be free to go, but you can't go. First red flag, because if anybody knows anything about COVID, whoever you were around also needs to quarantine, right or wrong. So the man escorts me to my room, right? To the original room that we paid for. Mind you, we paid near $1,700 to stay in that room. We paid bread to stay in that room, okay? Nobody is on the resort on top of that. The resort is empty because nobody's traveling. Okay, so I don't understand why we couldn't stay in the room that we paid for. And if the room is contaminated, why can't we stay in the room? You want us to infect other rooms? That makes no sense. So anyway, the man takes me back to the room, and then my friends follow. Then there's a knock on the door, and somebody's like, yeah, I'm the tourist manager, whatever the fuck his title was. And he's like, yeah, unfortunately you have to quarantine for 14 days. So I'm like, quarantine for 14 days? I don't have COVID. Like, something in your spirit, like when you know something is right or wrong. Like, I knew, and I know to this second that I do not have COVID. To this second, okay? I've been sick numerous times from COVID start to now. Never had COVID, never had the antibodies for COVID. I'm a fucking flight attendant. I work with COVID, and I've never had COVID. You mean to tell me I come to Jamaica and catch COVID? Come on. So anyway, I'm like, whatever. So I'm just complying because it's a real, like, shock to me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? We came here for vacation, and now this is turning left. So then they're like, you and your friends have to quarantine. So I'm thinking that me and my friends are going to be in the same room and we're going to be able to quarantine together. No. So the man is like, well, how much time do you need to pack up your things? I was like, give us 30 minutes because I'm trying to figure something out. You know, I'm like, is this really happening to me? Is this really happening to us? You know, we were having such a good time on this vacation, and then just like that, everything is, you know, swiped under your feet. So anyway, the man comes back maybe 45 minutes later, and he's like, we're going to put you in a room. So I'm like, what room? Like, and I need to know what room my friends are going to, because we're not, first of all, I didn't understand why we were being separated. That's number one. Number two, why can't I know what room my friends are going to? And why aren't the rooms right next to each other? Furthermore, I'm getting to that. So, immediately I'm like, what is going on? Because it's getting scary now. Like, now I'm feeling very uneasy. So I'm in the room by myself. I was in room 1121, I believe. And yeah, so I'm in room 1121, and I'm in the room by myself. It's really dark in there. It's dirty. We're on a side of the hotel that you can tell when they don't use these rooms for guests. Like, these rooms are not, like, there's not even all the pictures on the wall. Like, if I go in the bathroom, you'll see, like, the pictures aren't even on the wall, like the other room that we paid to be in. Like, they do not put guests in these rooms. I don't know if they're training rooms. I don't know what these rooms are for. I don't know if they're for swingers. I don't know what these rooms are for, but they're not for guests. And I don't know why we were put in these rooms. So anyway, we're put in the rooms with no key to get out. Now, when we first got in the room, I was trying to ask the man for further clarification on what was happening, what were the next steps, what was going to be happening to us. The man didn't know anything. So he didn't realize that I come from a Jamaican family. So I understand patois, right? So the man is, before he closed the door on me, he's walking my friends to the other room. So I'm asking him, and I'm like, where are my friends going? Because you're not going to just lock me up in a room, number one. And number two, you're not going to lock up my friends in a room. So I don't know where they are. It's not going to work. It's not going to work for me. So I'm asking the man, I'm like, where are you taking them? He's like, I'm not talking to you right now. Go in the room. Go in the room. Cursing me out, right? So I'm like, is he serious right now? So I go in the room because I'm, again, in shock. Like, this is not happening right now. So the guy comes and he knocks on my door, and he's with a security guard now. So now the security guard is standing behind him, and he comes to the door, and he was like, what was you trying to ask me? I said, why were you just so disrespectful to me? So we started going back and forth, and I don't remember the correct exchange of words, but we were, yeah, I'm documenting because I'm not no fool, okay? So anyway, we're going back and forth, and he's, you know, cursing me out, talking in patois. So I'm cursing him back out too, because I want you to know that I know what you're saying, and you're going to know what I'm saying, okay? Period. So he was saying something, and I was like, what is your number anyway, in case I need to call you? Because you're not going to just lock me up in a room, and I don't know what's going on. So he gives me his number, and apparently he gave my friends his number as well. So this is where things took a turn. I closed the door in his face because I'm like, I'm done fucking talking to you. Like, I don't have anything else to say to you because you're being rude. And honestly, like, as a woman, there's certain ways that you speak to a woman. You do not speak to a woman any kind of way. I'm not a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm by myself. You're not going to talk to me like that and try to make me feel, you know, inferior to you. It's not going to work. I'm not the one for that. So anyway, we're in the room. There's no water in the room. There's one sheet on the bed, one pillow on the bed. The room is freezing. The floor is dirty. There's hair all over the bathroom. The toilet is dirty, like someone just sat their bare ass on that shit, okay? The mirrors are filthy. The tiles in the stand-up shower look like mold and all kinds of craziness. Like, it was disgusting. So I'm like, I can't shower in here. I can't brush my teeth in here. And to top it off, the water was brown. Yes, I took photos. I have proof of everything. The water was running brown. So that was it for me. I was like, I cannot brush my teeth. Like, I can't even brush my teeth in here. No. So I'm texting the guy, like, what is going on? What are the next steps? Like, what are we gonna do? I have everything, guys. Yeah, I have everything. I vlogged everything because I was vlogging for my YouTube to make a travel vacation vlog, and it just turned into the trip from hell. But anyway, so I'm texting the guy. He's ignoring me. He's ignoring my friends. They're calling too. They're being ignored. They had a lizard on their curtain inside. Let me show you guys this curtain. They had a lizard on it. Nobody came to help them. So now we're in the room maybe like 2 hours now. Nobody has came to check on us. Nothing. So something told me to peek my head out in the hallway to see what was going on, who was out there. Sure enough, there's a security guard out there. So now I'm like, okay, now I'm scared because now there's someone there to attack me if I try to leave. Now I'm being held hostage. Oh yeah, my friend's phone, their phone right here, did not work. So if they didn't have service, and the Wi-Fi was super janky in those rooms, if they did not have Wi-Fi, if I didn't have a way to contact them, like if I wasn't smart enough to call their phone, luckily there's another phone in the bathroom. They had to use the phone in the bathroom to contact me. Okay, like it was insane. So again, we're in there for like 2 hours. Nobody's bringing us food. Nobody's calling to say, are you okay? No water, nothing. Until we've been reaching out to corporate. We've reached out to everybody. Like, this is insane. If the staff is sleeping in that room, something is wrong. But anyway, so after that, I'm blowing up the front desk. I'm like, somebody needs to change my room now. Like, or I'm leaving. And I'm coughing on everybody because I have COVID, remember? Mind you, I've never seen a result. My friends haven't seen a result. Nothing. So I'm calling, and I fell asleep on the bed. I was freezing in that room. Freezing, right? So finally someone calls me back. I think it was the nurse or whatever, and she's like, what's going on in the room? I'm like, what do you mean what's going on in the room? I'm in this room by myself. My friends are in the other room. They have an animal on their curtain. Their phone doesn't work. We haven't ate in hours. The water is brown. My TV doesn't work. That was another thing. The Wi-Fi is janky. I can't even talk to anybody. Like, what do you mean what is going on in the room? Fix it. You know what I mean? So she's like, okay. So then I don't know who she called, but after she hung up with me, somebody else called my phone, and they were like, is everything okay? I'm calling from the guest service desk. So I gave her the laundry list of shit that was wrong too. Like, what do you guys know that people don't stay in these rooms? Why would you even do that? After we spent our hard-earned money to stay at this resort, COVID or not, if I spend my money here, you need to keep up the hospitality you had when you didn't think I had COVID. And that's that. There's no negotiation about that. So anyway, finally maybe an hour went by or whatever, and I think my friends told me first that somebody came to move them to another room. So somebody came and moved them, and then someone came and knocked my door and was like, oh, it's time for you to move. So I literally moved one door down to 1123 where I am right now, and I've been in this room since Saturday. January 30th, and today is February 4th. I think I don't even know what day it is, what time it is. It's insane. So there's still a guard outside my door. So I immediately was like, let's do a retest because I immediately said, let's do a retest because this doesn't make sense. Guys, I don't even have a single symptom. And I'm not just saying that to say that. Like, if it's COVID, okay, you need to do it properly and don't make me feel like a prisoner. You know what I mean? So I immediately asked for a retest. So Sunday comes around and they're calling me. They're like, you need to go to the hospital. I said, go to the hospital? I said, for what? I want to retest. Mind you, we paid $38 to take the COVID test here on the resort. So she's like, the nurse is like, oh, you need to go to the hospital. We're going to set up transportation for you to go. And they're going to take you and they're going to bring you right back. Now, red flag. I know how this hospital shit goes down in Jamaica. I'm not going to no hospital in Jamaica by myself. That's number one. So number two, I said, is there any way that my friends can go with me? Because I'm not going by myself. No, your friends can't go. You have to go by yourself because you're putting them at risk. I said, excuse me? So she was like, yeah, you have to go by yourself. You have to go by yourself. So I said, okay, well, if that means that I have to stay here for 2 weeks, and if that means that my two friends have to stay here for 2 weeks too, then we're staying for 2 weeks. I'm not going to no hospital in Jamaica by myself. You're bugging. So she was trying, like every hour she would call and say, you know, they're here to take you. Do you want to go? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm not going. Nurse Sharice Thomas, I'm not going. I don't know what I have to, I don't know what you don't get. I'm not going. So now Sunday, I call my mom because I'm like, Mom, they're trying to take me to the hospital in Jamaica. They're trying to force me to go and I'm not going. So my mom is in Virginia. She flew up to New York. And mind you, the snowstorm was coming. At this point, it's snowing already. My mom had to jump through hoops and hurdles. She flew from Virginia to New York, flew from New York to Orlando, spent the night in the airport, okay? Then flew from Orlando to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Montego Bay. My mom did the most to come here and be here with me, okay? So now we're all locked up in the room. My mom is on the way. And I told the nurse, I'm like, my mom is on the way. If I need to go to the hospital, yes, I contact the embassy. I'm getting there. So, my mom gets here and no, I'm fast forwarding. Sorry. So Sunday, they're still trying to press me to go to the hospital. Then they call me Sunday talking about, oh, your food. I called for room service for breakfast because I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. And Saturday night, I still didn't even get any food. So there's that. So Sunday morning, I call and I'm like, I need room service. They're like, it's an additional charge for room service to your room. How are we at an all-inclusive resort and we're still paying to get food to our room? We already paid to get food here. We already paid for drinks. What are you saying to me right now? That makes no sense. So anyway, I'm like, I can't leave my room. I'm in quarantine, so y'all need to send food to my room. Then she's like, oh, we already had an order sent to your room. How you don't know what's going on? You talking about, oh, you got to pay an extra fee, but we already sent food to your room. How do you know that I want that food? My friend in the other room had 2 allergies, 2 deathly allergies, okay? She's allergic to peaches and to dairy. She cannot have either of those. Do you know that these people know that? They don't know that. They're sending any kind of food to her room. She can't even eat that. Are you kidding me? So anyway, the nurse during this time is still calling and she's saying, oh, you know, we need you to go to the hospital to do the retest. And I said, I'm not going to the hospital. Why can't you bring the test to the resort and you can do it? Yeah, they're super greedy. So I'm like, why can't you bring the test to the resort and you can swab my nose here? Because I'm not leaving. And she's like, no, because I'm not qualified to do it and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if you're not qualified to do it, why are you doing any test to begin with? Why? It makes no sense. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to stick something up somebody's nose. Mind you, still haven't seen any results. Anything that said that they were negative, anything that said that I was positive. So my mom gets here now on Monday, and Monday morning, they were hounding me about leaving again. I said, for the last time, I'm not going. So at this point, I call the embassy. I let the embassy know what's happening, and I let them know that they're trying to force me to go to the hospital. It is all a lie. They're trying to force me to go to the hospital by myself. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm here with my 2 other U.S. citizen friends, and they will not let us leave. I'm staying at the Ocean Coral Spring Resort in TRELAWNY in Jamaica, West Indies. Okay? So I'm like, you know, they're trying to make me go. The man on the phone is like, yeah, you know, if you test positive for COVID, you know, there's not really much we can do. You just have to quarantine. I said, excuse me? I said, I don't even... Oh, let me pin... Hold on. How you do this? Oh. So I'm like, that's the name of my cousin. No, she left yesterday. But I'm getting to that. You guys just need to listen. So they were like, oh, the embassy was like, oh, you know, if you do catch COVID here, you have to quarantine. That's fine, but do it right. Don't have me here like a prisoner, you know, just sitting here like a sitting duck. I don't know what's going on. People are watching my room from the outside. I will show you guys the balcony. And let me show you guys how they were bringing my food, actually, because Amanda wants to be in my live. Hold on, I'll add you in a minute. This is how they were bringing our food. I have so much garbage. It was more garbage. They finally took my garbage yesterday. They're bringing us food in these little things. One little donut. Okay, so I'm not making this shit up. I had a big bag up to here with garbage in it, and they finally took it. My mom brought me KFC. Okay. So I'm living out of my suitcase. I didn't even pack enough clothes to be here for 2 weeks. Okay. This is where the lizard was. I'm definitely saving this live. This is where the lizard was on my friend's window. And now it's dark outside and I'm scared, but let me show you. Oh yeah, this door was locked in the original room that I was in, so I wouldn't be able to have access to outside. Forgot to mention that. This is where I am. And the security guard will stand right here and watch me, so I don't even go outside. Ow. Okay, so yeah, please share this live, repost. I don't know who can help or whose uncle works at the embassy or something. Like, I just gotta get out of here. Like, it gets better, trust me. So I don't even know where I was. So I called the embassy. They say there's nothing that they can do because if you do catch COVID on the island, you have to be able to go back to the United States with a negative test. So I was not able to get anything out of them for them to help me. The only thing that they told me is that they cannot force you to go to the hospital. So I said, okay. So at this point, the nurse calls me and she says, oh, we're going to be able to retest you and your friends. And we're going to do it here. And we're going to do the PCR test instead of the rapid test. I locked the door, Mom. So she's like, we're going to do the PCR test instead of the rapid test, which is going to be more accurate, right? Took the test on Monday, guys. Monday. It was a rapid test again. After you lied and you told me, I let you swab my nose again. Because that test hurts. I let you swab my nose again. And you told me that it would be the PCR test. Like, why would you lie? So, my throat is dry. Hold on. I kind of have to cough, but I don't want you guys to think it's COVID. It's because I'm talking a lot. My throat is dry. So anyway, we take the retest on Monday. Theirs comes back negative. Mine comes back positive. Again, there's no paper, no test, nothing. Okay. So now she's like, well, we're going to have to send that sample to the lab or whatever. So she's like, you got to come back to do another swab that's going to be sent to the lab. So I go back again by myself. I do the swab. And she's like, we're going to send it to the lab. So they send it to the lab. She told me it would take 72 hours. And then later that same day, an officer came to my door, a big Jamaican man, to get me to sign this document that said that I would stay here for 2 weeks. Some crazy document. I have pictures of that too. I did not sign that shit because I'm like, I'm not signing anything without my mother present. And I don't even understand this document because 1 minute it's saying you have to quarantine. Next minute it's saying something else. I'm not signing that. So then he told me that I would be getting those lab results that same day. Today is February 7th. Today is February 4th. And I'm still here. It's Thursday. Thank you for sharing. I have no COVID results. It was the Minister of Health. He was the officer for Jamaica or whatever. His name is Damian Forbes, okay? He tried to come in here and intimidate me and try to get me into signing some paper. He got to my friends and forced my friends to sign their lives away on the paper as well. Which I wish they never did that, but whatever. So I'm sitting here and I still have no results. Now, there's no result of me having COVID, a positive test. If you could just show me something that says that I have it. I haven't received a single thing. And when I'm asking these people for the paperwork, there's no paperwork. There's nothing. There's no trail of anything. My friends were in the other room. Yeah, they left yesterday. Because of the snowstorm, they couldn't leave Monday anyway. Yeah, they couldn't leave Monday anyway because of the snowstorm. So we would have been stuck here until Wednesday regardless. But under our free will, not locked up. So after they signed the paper in the room, the same guy that put us in the room, his name was Earl, the same original guy. He told them that they were free to go because they were negative. So he told them that if they sign this, my mom is in a room on the resort. They told my friends to basically sign a letter stating that they would not bash the hotel on social media. They would give only good reviews if they upgraded them to the room that we paid for to stay for the remainder of the 2 days. And they also wanted to charge my friends for staying here if they wanted to stay here and quarantine with me. They basically told them to pay to stay in a room for 2 weeks. They wouldn't be able to go walk around or do anything. So, they put them in the room. I don't know if, Amanda, you want to join in now or Carolina requests, and I'll put you on here now so you could tell your version of what happened in that room. But they basically put them in the room that we paid for, came right back to the room. No, they left and went to the bar, took a few shots, then they went to the gift shop. Then a man on a bike literally... Yeah, a man on a bike chased them down, captured them, and brought them back to the room because he said they have to stay in quarantine because of the paper that they signed. This is Carolina.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, please tell what happened when they made you sign that paper.
Yeah,
and when the man captured you guys.
So first, the administrator, whatever, that health guy, he came to our room and he was like, basically explaining that the paper said as long as we are in Jamaica, we need to stay in the resort or in that room. And we were like, okay. He was like, this does not state that you have to stay here. You can leave Jamaica. And we were like, okay. And that's why we signed it. Then later, Earl comes knocking on our door and he says, oh, since you guys were negative, you can go back to your room. So you're like, oh, okay. He gives us another swim-up room. Everything's nice, towels and everything. We get there. I have to go to the store for something. So we stop at the bar really quick because, we were just locked in a room for like 3 days. And even the bartender was like, how come I've never seen you guys here? Like, this can't be the first time. And we just look at each other because, like, we don't know if we should, like, tell our story yet. But we leave the bar, we go to the store, and we're on our way back to the room to start getting ready. And this guy pulls up. He's mad short, first of all. That's why he was on a bike. He pulls up to us, and he's like, what are you doing outside your room? And we look at him crazy, like, we can be outside our room. We were negative. And he was like, no, I was with the health guy. You're not supposed to be out of your room. And then we were like, well, Earl said we can, so whatever. We go into our room, and we continue changing to get ready to leave. Then we hear a knock on our door, and we get a phone call at the same time. And it's Earl saying, oh, did you sign this paper? And we were like, yeah, why? And he was like, oh, so unfortunately you can't stay in that room. You need to go back to 1117 where we were being held. And he said you have to stay there for the remainder of your time until Wednesday when our flight was supposed to be booked. He said after that we'll charge you a distress rate of $110 to stay if you wanted to quarantine for 2 weeks. Why am I paying to stay?
Why? Who would pay to quarantine?
Exactly.
Just send me home. Just send me home. And the only reason that they switched their room back to the room that we paid for is because my mother got here and they wanted to save face. Because my mother doesn't play that. They might have had me hemmed up, but they wasn't going to have my friends hemmed up too. But unfortunately, it ended up being that way as well. So after they were captured, Amanda started blacking on the man and they got put back into the... Yeah, I should let her come on. Yeah, Amanda, request. Let me exit you and add Amanda. But, and again, I'm smiling because it's just like a coping mechanism. You know when you're so angry about something, you just have to laugh it off. Like, there's nothing else I can do. So, they were put back into their room. The whole time we're asking for alcohol, you know, something to just take the edge off. I know it sounds crazy, but when you're put in a room and it's so scary and something happens like this, it just doesn't make sense. And the fact that there's no proof, there's no anything, you're just holding me hostage here is insane. You know what I mean? So that same day, the lights, I mean, we were... we wanted to jump them and rebel, but it gets better. So Monday, they sent me a letter. Because trust me, I was just going to doctor up some letters saying that my COVID test was negative and I'm going back home. Like, I'll figure it out when I get to the States. Like, I would even swim to Puerto Rico, to St. Thomas. I'll swim anywhere that's U.S. territory. I need to get the fuck out of here. That's where I need to go. Okay? So they sent me a letter, which I also have pictures of. I don't know why it won't. Oh, I just sent you the request, so see if it'll let you join. Okay, everyone, this is Amanda. She was also held hostage.
I'm at work right now, but
tell your side.
All right, so basically, he comes to the door. Basically, same thing Carolina said. He comes to the door, Earl. Well, he calls me first. He's like, pack your things. And I'm like, where are we going? Are we switching rooms? He's like, I'll tell you when I get there. I'm like, okay, we're packing. And then while we're on our way to the room, he's like, we're going to put you in a complimentary room, the sum up room that you had. And free of charge, you just have to sign this paper that says that you cannot any bad review on any kind of social media or anything like that. So I'm like, all right, fine. Sign the paper. We get ready. We go to the bar. We get double shots. And right before we were about to leave, I was like, maybe I should do one more shot. Maybe I shouldn't. We'll come back. Then we go to the convenience store to buy. And when we're going back to the room, we're walking. And then this is when the guy rolls up on us on the bike. He's like, what are you girls doing? You're supposed to be quarantined. I said, excuse me, you don't know what you're talking about? You need to get your story straight. You need to call Earl because he said that we... No, I'm dead. And then he's like, no, you signed the paper. You're supposed to be quarantined. I said, no, I'm negative. Get your story straight and call. He's like, and then he rides up to us and he's like, shh, because there was people passing by. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they're trying to keep it real hush. They don't want to know. They don't want people to know what's going on. But it's super scary because nobody knows that I'm in this room right now except for the security guard. Nobody knows that I'm here except for my mother. So God forbid my mother was not here. who knows what would be happening to me. These people they didn't let me have a room key. I'm in this room. They open this door whenever they feel like it. I've been taking a shower and they open the door because I don't answer the phone when they call her. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And now someone's
Yeah.
knocking the door and I'm on live. Somebody please screen record this.
Yeah, screen record and see what they say.
Let me call my mother because, Mom, if you're watching, the man is at my door. And I'm not talking to him. So anyway, come downstairs because the man is at my door. I don't even know how to call her without ending this live. So this random man is at my door claiming to be the head of health for the... Come down. Okay. So basically, they open my door whenever they feel like it. The food, whenever I order food, it's not what I asked for. It's disgusting. So the reason why I'm going live and I'm telling my story about what's happening is because it just got even worse today. I just found 3 cameras in my room. 3. And I'm going to show them to you guys because I don't want you guys to think that I'm bugging. And of course I recorded this and everyone's going to know about this. So here's one. I covered it up, obviously. Here's the other one. And this one up here. So I just found out that I was being recorded the entire time I've been in this room. There are cameras in my mom's room. There are cameras in the room that my friends were quarantined in. There were cameras in the room that we paid for. So I'm finished. So I've had enough. You guys have me sitting here quarantining. You're not letting me know what's going on. I do not even have fucking COVID. You guys are getting money from the government, whatever it is, to say that you handle COVID correctly. I'm over it. Listen, when I'm telling y'all right now, when I am done with this hotel, this whole shit will be Kalina Ocean Coral. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm suing the pants off of this place. And you know what? No, you're good. I've been in here crying. I've been in here praying. I've been in here losing my fucking mind. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't deserve this. I travel all the time. What are they recording for? Why are you recording people sleeping? I'm in here. If I was in here having sex or something, why are you recording that? That's weird. You're not supposed to have cameras in hotels. That makes no sense. And furthermore, I could understand if it's in the bedroom. I really can't even understand that. But you're going to have cameras in the bathroom? That is disgusting. I want to see what this man is saying to my mother outside. Because I don't trust these people. No, the man is not there. I don't even know where they went. Of course I'm suing. Guys, I've been in here in my room indecent most of the time because I don't have enough clothes. Like, most of the clothes I brought was bathing suits because they haven't gave me anything, my Thai. They haven't given me anything. And my mom is asking and they're like, no, there's nothing. There's nothing. They're like, we're waiting for results. We just asked again because we're like, it's more than 72 hours. I'm not on duty. I just had to call JetBlue and tell them what's going on. They just took me off. I was supposed to be back today for reserve. I've been here since last Thursday. I've been in this room since Saturday. This man, my mom called this man who just came to my door. She called him from 1 o'clock this afternoon. It is now going on 7 p.m. And I'm sure this man only came to this door because he sees that the cameras are covered up. I had to use fucking hair oil to cover up the cameras because there's nothing. I don't even have tape to tape a fucking towel to the ceiling. I had to use this to cover up the cameras. Like, this shit is not a game. Like, they're sitting here. I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes. Like, this shit is ridiculous. My friends left yesterday. I'm here by myself. If my mother was not here, I don't know what the fuck would happen. They gave me, I didn't even finish this part. They gave me a letter on Monday, stating that I am on a no-fly list and I am unfit to fly. I'm unhealthy to fly. So me and my mother were gonna try and make a run for it. And basically a man came and he was like, yeah, I heard you guys were trying to leave. Just know that if you leave, you know, the authorities are gonna be involved and it's gonna turn into something else. Trust me, I tried to get the fuck ASAP. So yeah. So I'm pretty much stuck here. Okay, so you guys see my mom just spoke to the guy named Desmond Kelly, the health manager here. He still doesn't have any results and he has no idea when he will have them. Are you kidding me? This is exactly what I'm talking about. They won't let me leave, but I'm not going to be stupid and try to leave and then they arrest me. You guys know, if you're Jamaican, you know how these people are in Jamaica. I'm not even about to do that. And then my mom gets hemmed up and then I'm really by myself. I'm not even about to do that. I travel. I'm a flight attendant. I cannot get banned from no country. I'm not even trying to do that. But I'm telling my story so everybody can see this shit. God forbid something happens to me or my mother. You guys see this shit and you know exactly what the fuck I am. And they probably are listening to me. I don't give a fuck. And I want them to know I'm firing every motherfucker in here and this shit will be mine. I'm so upset. Like, I've never cried so much in my life. I travel all the time. I do that for work. Like, I've never felt so low and so inhumane in my life. I've never experienced something like this in my life. I didn't even deserve this. You know what I mean? I've never experienced anything like this in my entire 22 years of life. This is insane. And for me, for it to come from a country where my family is from, I am disgusted. I vouch for Jamaica all the time. All the time. And furthermore, they're saying even if, which all of you know, if you don't have symptoms of COVID, which I don't even have COVID. Let me just say it. I do not have COVID. If I had COVID, trust me, God strike me down right now. Trust me, if I had COVID, these people will be at the door taking my temperature because I know how these Jamaicans act with COVID. I don't know if you guys know, but in the beginning of COVID, Jamaica was like you couldn't get in the country. They had, even if you had a negative test coming, they were swabbing you. They had you put an app on your phone. They were spraying you down. You couldn't leave your resort. Nada. Okay? So you mean to tell me now, oh yeah, and the hotel is saying that this is their first COVID case. So you mean to tell me that I'm the first COVID case here, right? And they swore up and down that the minister of whoever was coming to speak to me on Saturday when this first popped off, nobody's came here and said anything. Nobody's came and taken my temperature. Nobody's called to see if I'm alive in this room. Besides room service asking me if I want the same cheeseburger I had yesterday and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that. Okay, I want you guys to understand. I don't know why they're saying I have COVID. I don't know why I was chosen. I don't know if it was because it was 3 girls and they saw that we fit the bill. Like, they want to be able to say, like, oh, we handled COVID properly. Like, so it's okay. You can travel to our resort and we know how to handle it if in, you know, the unfortunate event that somebody comes down with COVID. No, fuck that. I don't have nothing to do with that. I came here and I chose to spend my money here on this resort. I got here on January 28th and today is now February 4th, 2021. I couldn't even go to work. I had cake orders I had to cancel on because of this bullshit. Okay? And they're trying to tell me that I have to leave on February 13th. I'm not leaving on no February 13th. It's not going to happen. They are beyond sketchy. And I want everyone to know, like, I do not have COVID. I do not. There's no way on this green earth that I've worked with COVID this whole, for a year. Today actually makes a year that I've been with JetBlue. Okay? There's no way. I've been with JetBlue for a year. I've been flying for a year, and I don't even have the antibodies for COVID. Don't even have the antibodies, okay? But I am all of a sudden positive for COVID in Jamaica. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so livid right now. I just want, like I said, I just want my story to be heard. I want everybody to see the comments you guys heard from my friends. My friends left yesterday. They're safe and sound at home. I just want to be able to go home. They're saying that Monday I can leave because I'm asymptomatic regardless of whatever the results say. The results aren't going to say anything because I'm negative. And y'all are trying to sit there. Yesterday morning, they tried to act like they didn't know where my specimen was. They tried to act like they didn't know where my specimen was, so they didn't know when they were going to get the results. If somebody had COVID, you would want to contain it, monitor them, you know, but they're just so, like, being shady about it. If they were honest from the beginning, I could say, okay, maybe I am asymptomatic or something or whatever. It does not make sense. I was here with 2 other friends. We were drinking, eating off of each other, sleeping in the same room. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense that they're so negative and I'm the one that's positive. Come on. But I will say this, I am glad that I was the chosen one out of my friends because my mom has the ability to fly down here. I don't know if their parents would have been able to come down as quick as my mom did, especially with the snowstorm. And I had to, you know, I'm just blessed to have my mother, like, seriously. Because if it wasn't for my mother, you see, these people don't call me. They don't say nothing. They just come banging on my door when they want to intimidate me. And if I don't answer, they open up the door. They have the guard sitting right out there. I can't even go sit out. Look how pale I am. I came here for a freaking tan. I can't even tan outside. Like, this is insane. There's nobody on the resort. Nobody knows what's happening to me. Nobody knows that I'm in this room. It's super scary. I cannot even sleep at night. And then I find out that there's 3 cameras in here that have been watching me since Saturday. And actually since Thursday when I first got here because there were cameras in the room that we paid for. This is insanity, and I want everyone to know that, and I want everyone to never, ever, ever come to this fucking resort. It looks really nice on paper. It looks really, really, really nice, and it's crazy how hospitable these people were before the whole COVID thing went about, but as soon as they find a reason to, you know, say something about something or try to make a scheme, you know, all the hospitality goes out the window. All the rooms have cameras, and that is disgusting. That is a huge invasion of privacy, and I don't care what nobody says. I've been in hotel upon hotel upon hotel. Y'all know I'm a flight attendant. I have never experienced nothing like this in my life, ever. I have pictures. My friends have pictures. They have videos. I can't even cry about it right now because I'm so enraged and I'm so upset. I've cried so much. Like, I've cried and I've cried and I've cried, and I just want to get out of here. And I feel like these people are trying to make me lose my faith, but I'm not going to lose my faith because I'm strong. And I know the God that I serve, and these people are not going to break me. Even though they want me to, I'm not going to break. They're trying to break my mom so that she spazzes and then she has to leave the resort. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So like I said, I don't know who can help, what I can do. I've called the embassy. The embassy is basically taking their word, saying that I have COVID, but I am not given proof, and I can't even leave the room because I'm going to be tackled. Like, trust and believe. I've tried to rebel. Trust me. I'm going to get tackled. The cameras are covered up with black hair oil because you will no longer get to beat your meat off of me. Sorry, it's not going to work. People pay to see that. I'm just joking, but I have to make light of the situation because otherwise I will go crazy. But I just want you guys to see. My mom had to buy me 2 boxes of patties. Let me show you guys. They're in here because they feed me the same shit every fucking day. What else can I show you? My bathroom's a little dirty, but yeah. I'm just like, no, I am not okay. I don't know if I should show you guys the guard that's sitting outside. You guys want to see that? I don't know where he's at, but usually he's right here. So yeah, this shit is not a game. Please take it from me. You guys know I love a good trip. But if you do not have to travel internationally, please do not do it because when it comes to the COVID shit, there's no one to save you. And especially in Jamaica, these people are so wicked. These people are so wicked. So wicked. Like, it's unbelievable. And I just want everyone to hear what I have to say. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not for clout. Like, I don't even post my business. Like, and y'all know that. When do I ever go live? And, you know, I'm still posting on my story. There's no latch on the door. I thought about that, too. Sometimes I have to put the chair, like, under the door to make sure no one can come in. I have to make sure that the balcony door is locked because I don't feel safe. I can't even sleep. I cannot even sleep. And it's just insane to me. And there's been a lot of other stuff. There was another lizard in my friend's room. I have video of that. They had to capture it and throw it outside. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. My friend needed feminine products again. Us being females, you just throw us in a room and you don't even say anything. You tell the front desk. The front desk was told to not answer us. They decline our calls. God bless the one man who came to bring me water, and he gave me his phone number, and he brought me a plate of food. That was the first time I had actual food in 3 days. Okay, I'm not going to air out his business because I don't want him to lose his job, but he was the only one. He literally sat there and was like, can I ask you a question? After he dropped the water to my door, I said, what? He was like, can I ask you if you're okay? And I said, wow. And I immediately broke down crying because he was the only person who was human enough to ask me, am I okay? What's going on here? I'm literally locked in this room and nobody knows that I'm behind this door. But now all of you guys know that. And I wasn't even going to say anything. I was just going to post a video to my YouTube to, you know, once this is all over. But once I found out about these cameras, I had enough. I had enough. You've been watching me sleep, shower, and shit. Like, who's getting off on that? I want to know who's watching these cameras. I want to know who's getting off on that. Because that's insanity. You do not record people in a hotel room. I don't care what the situation is. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. The live will be saved. I'm tired of talking. I just want you guys to know, just keep praying for me. I don't know if somebody knows somebody somewhere, somebody's auntie, uncle. Like, I don't know. But somebody please help. Like, send a prayer. I've been praying. Like, I've never prayed so much in my life. Like, praying that God delivers me, and he will. I just don't even know. Like, I'm at a loss for words at this point. And there's been a lot of other stuff that's happened. The craziest part of it is me being on the no-fly list. Like, how ironic is that? There's a letter from the government stating that I cannot leave the country. And my name is at the airport flagged. Me. Like, do you know how insane that is? But that's pretty much it. There's a lot of little details that I can't even mention right now, but just keep praying for me. If somebody knows some way to help, please help. Like, my mom wanted to send up a go. I don't have COVID. Like, I don't have COVID. I know that deep down. Like, God told me I don't have COVID. I know I don't have COVID. There's no way. There's no way. If someone can help me and my mom, I don't know. They also hiked up. Exactly. They also hiked up my mom's room rate so that she wouldn't be able to afford to stay here with me so they can get me alone. I don't know why they want to get me alone so bad. I think when I get, that's why the plan was to get me alone at the hospital. But because I said hell no, this is why everything is unraveling. I don't know if they want to prove a point. They want to, I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So that's that on that. I don't know why I was chosen to be the guinea pig for this. I didn't do anything. I was pleasant to every single worker that I've came across here. I'm always pleasant. I'm not mean to people. Like, I just don't understand why this is happening to me. I really do not understand. And the light shut off on me 3 times. I'm surprised it didn't happen today because it's happened every day for the past 3 days. They also kicked us off of the Wi-Fi so that I don't have access, but they don't know that I have services to have service anyway. So you cannot stop me from speaking and sharing. I'm going to save the live. You cannot stop me from speaking and sharing my story. Everyone knows about my story. My boyfriend at home knows. My friends that were here know. My family knows. My mom is here. So God forbid anything. Listen, you guys know. They just cut the Wi-Fi on my mom's phone. Unbelievable. And again, still no proof of anything that I had COVID. No proof of anything. But you have a guard at my door to keep me locked up like I murdered somebody, like I hurt somebody. It's unbelievable. And I'm truly, truly heartbroken. Like I might be sitting here and being able to speak, but when I tell you, like, I've never experienced nothing like this in my life, it's taking a toll on me. Seriously. Yes, I'm in Jamaica. And they still said no results when I was told I would get my results same day on Monday. Then it went to 72 hours. Now nobody knows where my stuff is at. I'm truly traumatized. I had a few trips coming up this year internationally. It's dead for those. I'm traumatized when I tell you. They have treated me so wicked and bad. Like, I mean, like I heard somebody's mother or something. So bad. So bad. And I don't know like, I think they're getting money for having somebody with COVID at the facility. They get money from Jamaica or something. I don't know. But don't do that to me. And don't do it to my friends. And my friends left and nobody knew. They left and nobody knew. And even though they came up negative, they still were keeping them hostage. Which is insane to me, because if they tested negative twice, why are they still being held hostage? It's crazy to me. They definitely get benefits from housing a COVID person. This whole thing is just crazy to me. So yeah, I don't know if anyone has anything else they want to say. I just thank you guys for listening and taking the time out to hear my story. The live will be saved. I will also be doing a sit down video, which will have the clips from the whole trip, everything that's happened, so you guys could look out for that. But I'm not gonna post that until I get out of here, because I want a whole video, like, because this shit is insane to me, and I legit cannot believe this is happening to me. Thank you guys for the well wishes. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna most definitely keep you updated, and I will be out of here shortly. I feel it, like, whether I'm swimming out of here or I gotta fight everybody in my path, I don't care. I'm getting out of here. And I have conversations recorded with them. Trust me, I have everything, guys. Trust me, I'm no fool. I am no fool. And that's why I'm going live, because I wasn't going to share, but I'm like, no, they need to see this and understand what's going on. And I wish that I went live earlier to show you more of the food and stuff that they're giving me like I'm an animal. And I just thank God for my mother here publicly, because if I did not have my mother, I don't know what would be happening to me in this crazy hellhole right now. Seriously. But thank you guys for reaching out and for your concern and everything. Yeah. Just pray for me, and yeah, I'll be keeping you guys updated. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna end this live now.